Hello, friends. Today we will talk about Blue Humanities reading of Melville's Moby-Dick. Blue Humanities is a new way of thinking about culture and history. It puts the ocean at the center of analysis. For a long time, humanities scholars focused on land. We studied cities, farms, borders, and nations. We forgot that most of our planet is water. Blue Humanities corrects this mistake. It asks what happens when we take water seriously? What happens when we stop treating the ocean as empty space or a simple backdrop? What new stories can we tell? Blue Humanities is a way of thinking about human culture and human history that puts the watery blue at the center. Moby Dick is the perfect text for Blue Humanities reading. It is one of the greatest sea novel ever written. It is the urtext of American maritime culture. Melville knew the ocean. He worked on ships. He knew whaling from the inside. His novel is not fantasy, it is based on real experience. The first major concept in Blue Humanities reading is submersion. Submersion means being underwater. It means being immersed in water. For human bodies, submersion is a threat. We need water to live. Our bodies are mostly water, but we cannot breathe underwater. We cannot live inside it. This is the paradox. Water is essential and dangerous. Men's calls this the dangerous intimacy of water. We love water, we need it, but it can kill us. The best example of submersion in Moby Dick is the story of Pip. Pip is the cabin boy. He is young, black, and alone on a ship of mostly white men. In chapter 93, the castaway Pip falls from a whaleboat. He is briefly abandoned in the middle of the ocean. Melville describes what happens to Pip. He writes, "The sea kept his finite body up, but drowned the infinite of his soul. Not drowned entirely, though, rather carried down alive to wondrous depths, where strange shapes of the unwarped primal world glided to and fro before his passive eyes." This is a powerful passage. Pip's body floats, he does not sink, but his soul drowns. The ocean does not kill his body, it kills his mind. He goes mad. Men's emphasizes a key point. The ocean does not love us, it does not hate us, it is indifferent. It does not care about human desires or fears. When we face the ocean directly, we see this indifference. Pip sees strange shapes. He sees the unwarped primal world. This is the world before humans. The ocean does not care about human civilization. It just is. Pip's madness is the cost of seeing this truth. He has looked into the abyss. He has seen that humans are small and temporary. The ocean is vast and eternal. Submersion is not just about drowning, it is about the limits of human power. The ocean reminds us that we are not in control, we cannot dominate water, we can only float on it or sink into it. This is an anti humanist lesson. It challenges the idea that humans are the center of the world. In the Blue Humanities, humans are just one small part of a much larger watery system. The second major concept is buoyancy. Buoyancy is the opposite of submersion. It means floating. It means the water holds you up. Men says these two concepts are in tension. Submersion is threat, buoyancy is promise. Together they create the human experience of the ocean. You are always at risk of sinking, but you are also always being held up. In Moby Dick, buoyancy appears in many small moments. Quick is a skilled swimmer. He moves through water with ease. Ishmael survives at the end by floating on a coffin. The coffin becomes a life buoy. These moments show that the ocean can also sustain life. It is not only a threat, it is also a space of possibility. Buoyancy is not just physical, it is also spiritual and philosophical. Ishmael floats on the ocean at the end of the novel. He survives, he lives to tell the story. This is a form of buoyancy. But Men's warns us not to celebrate too quickly. Buoyancy never fully overcomes submersion. The threat is always there. Pip drowns in his soul even as his body floats. Ishmael survives, but his friends are all dead. The tension between submersion and buoyancy is never resolved. This is the core of Blue Humanities. Water gives life and takes it away. We cannot separate these two truths. Buoyancy teaches us that ocean is not simply hostile, it is also generous. But that generosity is unpredictable. You cannot control it. You can only trust it or not. This is a different way of thinking about human relationship with nature. Nature is not a resource to be exploited. It is not an enemy to be conquered. It is a force that holds us up and lets us down. We must learn to live with this uncertainty. The third concept is the human animal continuum. Traditional Western thought separates humans from animals. Humans have souls, reason, and language. Animals have instinct and bodies. This is a sharp binary. Blue Humanities, along with animal studies and new materialism, rejects this binary. Humans are animals. We are made of the same stuff. We share the same planet. We are connected, not separate. Moby-Dick is a text for thinking about the human-animal continuum. The novel blurs the line between humans and whales. Ishmael spends whole chapters describing whale anatomy. He admits he cannot get a full picture. The whale escapes total knowledge. This is Melville's critique of the modern scientific view. Science wants to classify and control, but the whale resists. The white whale, Moby-Dick, is not just an animal, he is a character. He has agency. He chooses to fight back. He sinks the Pequod. He kills Ahab. This is not mindless animal behavior, it is intelligent resistance. Characters in Moby-Dick cross traditional human-animal boundaries. They point toward a human animality. This means humans are not above animals, we are inside the animal continuum. Think of Ahab. He is consumed by obsession. He is no longer fully rational. He is driven by instinct and rage. In his final moments, he becomes like the whale he hunts. The line between hunter and hunted blurs. Think of the crew. They are diverse. They come from different races and nations. On the Pequod, they form a kind of multi-species community. The ship is not just human, it is also whale, ocean, and mind. The human animal continuum challenges human exceptionalism. Humans are not special. We are not separate from nature, we are part of it. This has ethical implications. If whales are like us, we cannot treat them as objects. We cannot hunt them without guilt. Moby-Dick was written in 1851, but it anticipates contemporary debates about animal rights and ecological justice. The fourth concept is rote solidarity. This concept comes from recent scholarship on Moby-Dick. It focuses on the role of ropes in the novel. Ropes connect things. On a ship, ropes connect the sails to the mast. They connect the whale boat to the whale. When a harpoon is thrown, a rope goes with it. The rope ties the human to the whale. When a whale is roped, something strange happens. The binary between active and passive breaks down. Who is hunting whom? The human pulls the rope, but the whale also pulls. The rope becomes taut. Both agents feel the pull. This is called the aesthetics of spectrality. Spectral means ghostly or liminal. The rope creates a space between. It is neither human nor whale, it is both. The rope creates solidarity, not solidarity in the sense of friendship or love, solidarity in the sense of mutual entanglement. You cannot pull the rope without feeling the other pull back. This is a new materialist reading. It takes matter seriously. The rope is not just a tool, it is an actor. It mediates the relationship between human and whale. In Moby Dick, the rope is always there. It connects the crew to each other. It connects the ship to the whale. When the rope breaks, the connection breaks. When the rope holds, the connection holds. Roped solidarity teaches us that we are always connected to non human actors. We cannot act alone. We are part of a web of relations. This web is physical, not just metaphorical. The rope is a reminder. Every action has a reaction. Every pull is felt elsewhere. This is an ethics of entanglement. We must be careful how we pull. The fifth concept is the ocean as active force. In traditional literary criticism, the ocean is a setting. It is the background where action happens. It is passive, it does nothing. In Blue Humanities reading, the ocean is active. It does things, it shapes events, it has agency. In Moby Dick, the ocean is not just water, it is a force. It moves the ship, it creates storms, it hides the whale, it decides who lives and who dies. Pip's submersion is not an accident, it is an encounter with the ocean's power. The ocean reaches up and takes him, it changes him forever. Ishmael's survival is also the ocean's doing. The ocean spares him, it lets him float. Why? We do not know. The ocean does not explain itself. The ocean resists human understanding. Ishmael tries to understand whales. He measures them, he classifies them, he writes chapters about them, but he always fails. The whale escapes. This is also true of the ocean. You cannot map it completely, you cannot control it. It is always deeper than you think. Melville is criticizing the modern worldview. The worldview says nature can be known and controlled. Science will unlock all secrets. Moby Dick says no. The ocean keeps secrets. The whale keeps secrets. We will never know everything. The ocean, as active force, challenges anthropocentrism. Humans are not the only actors. Water acts, whales act, wind acts. We are part of a larger system. We do not control it. This is a humbling lesson. It is also a useful one for our time of climate crisis. We cannot control the ocean. We cannot control the climate. We can only learn to live with it. The sixth concept is the ecological critique of capitalism. Moby Dick is a novel about whaling. Whaling was a global industry. It was driven by profit. Whales are killed for oil. The oil lit lamps and lubricated machines. Melville knew this industry well. He worked on whaling ships. He saw the violence. He also saw the beauty. His novel holds both together. The modern whaling industry was mechanical. It used technology to hunt and kill. This was part of the larger mechanization of the world. Nature became a resource, animals became products. Melville critiques this view. Ishmael laments that he cannot get a full picture of the whale. All his scientific inquiries fail. The whale is more than its parts. It is more than oil and bone. This critique extends to the capitalist system. Capitalism sees nature as something to be exploited. It does not see whales as beings. It sees them as barrels of oil. Despite this critique, Moby Dick also contains an ecological vision. It shows the interconnection of all life. Humans and whales are linked. The health of the ocean matters for everyone. Scholars argue that Melville evolves an ecological vision through his whaling experience. He saw the destruction firsthand. He also saw the beauty. His novel preserves both. This ecological vision is relevant today. We face climate change, ocean acidification, and mass extinction. Whales are still threatened. Melville's novel reminds us that this is not new. The exploitation of nature has a long history. Moby Dick is not just a novel, it is a critique of industrial capitalism. It shows how profit driven exploitation destroys nature. It also shows that nature fights back. Moby Dick sings the pequod, the whale wins. This is a warning. If we treat the ocean as a resource, we will face consequences. The ocean is not passive, it will respond. To conclude, ocean is central to human culture and history. We have ignored it for too long. When we put the ocean at the center, we see new things. We see that humans are not in control. We see that animals are like us. We see that ropes connect us to non human actors. We see that water is active, not passive. We see that capitalism exploits nature, and we see that nature resists. Thank you.